This video is a combination of my picks of the things I've really enjoyed as software updates this year, and also a bit of a deeper dive into the Christmas release that I just got this morning. Big thanks to Not a Tesla app for gathering up all of the software updates. I went through and combined all the ones that had a new feature in them, put them into a spreadsheet, and then did a little analytics. So there were 39 of those this year, and on average there were nearly 4 features per release, and the average time between the releases was just under 9 days. I didn't include any bug fixes or versions like that. It was just new features. Not all of those features came to Australia, by the way. These next few pages are some of my favorite features that arrived this year. The first one is activating the camera when making a turn signal. And one of the things that at first wasn't so great, it was down in the bottom right-hand corner for us driving right-hand vehicles. And that made it difficult to see. And in a subsequent release, it was possible to move that image into 3 different places. So you can see on this little piece of video that it's moving into 3 different places. I took a fairly long trip about a month ago now, and just before that the Energy app was updated quite dramatically to show us what was happening during the drive. This is a very small image of just 11 kilometers. But it's good that it shows you where you've gone well, where you've been driving economically, and where you've maybe put your foot down a little bit too much. And it also gives some tips on improving your performance. And the number one tip there is I shouldn't drive so aggressively when I'm accelerating. When navigating, Tesla will suggest a path that takes in the various superchargers on the way, and as it does that, it will calculate how much time needs to be spent at each supercharger to make it to the final destination. When driving towards one of those superchargers, Tesla will start to precondition the battery, and that means that the charging process can be much faster because the battery's at the right temperature to take the charge. Well, exciting times. The Christmas software update is available to me. I get notified in the car, as you can see on the left-hand side, and also in the app, as you can see on the right-hand side. As with every software update, the release notes are shown on the screen as soon as you get back into the car after the update. And this one has quite a large number of updates, so I'll go through them one at a time. The first one on the list is Apple Music. So for people with a subscription to Apple Music, you can play that directly in the car. You do need to have premium connectivity to do that. In Australia, that costs just under $10 per month. Last year, a Lightshow was part of the Christmas piece, and I played that a few times to people. I always felt a bit embarrassed about playing it. It's really loud and brash. It's been updated this year to have maybe some slightly different music, and it can also be scheduled so that multiple cars can play it at exactly the same time. I'm kind of thinking how I could do that on maybe New Year's Eve at midnight. That'd be kind of fun. Another Christmas update is dog mode. So what that means is that you can put your dog in the car, hit dog mode, air conditioning stays on, and a big sign appears on the screen to let people outside the car know that dog mode is active. And it also allows for us to look in the car from the app, and you can see on the right-hand side there, that's the screenshot. There's no dog in the car right now, but that's the screenshot that you get live, showing your dog if it's in the car. I think this is a good improvement. I never really liked trying to increase the fan speed from 1 to 10. It was hard to get the speed that you wanted. So there's 2 options here. In auto climate, then it'll be low, medium or high, and that should be nice and easy. But if it's in manual mode, i.e. not auto mode, you'll still have access to the old way where it's 1 to 10. That's not always that easy. I like this one. Tesla's turn signals are a bit weird. It's not quite the same as it is in most other cars. You deactivate it in the opposite direction to what most other cars do. So the idea of being on the highway, putting the indicator on and moving across into another lane and having it automatically deactivate seems like a great idea to me. I often seem to be getting into the car on a call on my Bluetooth headset, and it's always frustrating when you get in the car and then suddenly it gets taken over by the car. So I really like the idea here that something will come up on the screen and say, hey, do you want to keep doing it on your Bluetooth headset, or do you want to transfer it to the car? Great idea. Not sure about this one so much. The media controls are moving closer to the driver. I typically use the scroll wheel on the left-hand side of my steering wheel to skip a song, turn up volume, turn it down, those kind of things. And so I'm not sure how much the media controls moving there will be something I use. It's Elon Musk and Tesla, so of course there's some jokey things. You can now activate the fart mode, the emissions testing mode, directly from the mobile app. Not sure I'll use this one, but I can change the lane I'm in to be multicolored. I'll give it a go and see what it's like. Might find it a bit distracting. With most software updates from Tesla, there's a few undocumented changes, and so one of them is the swiping left or right to see other cards in that same space where the media player is. There's an example on the screen there of one of the media cards, but you can also look at trip meters as well. Okay, the last one for this video is the nav UI. It's been split into two pieces with the turn-by-turn navigation at the top and slightly larger, I think, and the rest of the information down below. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please like it and subscribe, and that'll encourage me to do a few more Tesla videos. Thank you.